Hello, I'm Babul and welcome to my presentation. This video session is to provide you with critical analysis on the article titled Higher Education and Public Good written by Markison Simon in 2011. The main reason of reviewing this article is to understand economics and education policy. This article is concerned with the political, social, and economic debates that shape and associated with higher education. By providing critical analysis based on empirical and normative grounds to assess whether higher education would be a product of public or private goods, and as well as whether higher education increasing private sector benefits. Moreover, the article provides a food for thought on higher education institutions with historical accounts to examine how education sector has been managed from the past centuries up to date under monasteries and institutions and other community-based organizations. Historical context. In 1529, the great monastics of England were dominant in the provision of education, economics, and welfare and other key services management until they were confiscated by the crown under a bill passed by the parliament 10 years later. The same scenario happened in East and Central Asia, where Buddhism has been dominant in areas of educational services until they were ordered to leave by China. Because of this historical context, the article argues that no doubt, to surprise of some contemporaries, life went on as before. Today, the economics of higher education sector, meaning that it's taken over from the public by the private sector, which I'm going to go through as it has come up with a positive impact on market economics. What's public in higher education? The notion of public good is viewed as a non-rivalrous and non-excludable, derives from economics and is objective and empirical in form. The distinction between public and private is formulated in the way of good is produced and delivered according to Samuel 1954. The notion of public good as a singular is more normative, more collective orientation, elected and subject of many literatures. Who belongs to higher education? Higher education provides knowledge as knowledge is a unique claim of higher education. However, knowledge can be public good when it's non-rivalrous and can be a private product when it is rivalrous. Why education is important? Education is one of the most valuable factors contributing to our society. Economists often talk about education as being an investment in human capital. In free market economy, education is largely delivered by the private sector with the purpose of making the market to be more responsive, accountable, efficient, and effective with less negative externality. However, in free market can sometimes fail to provide goods, and as a result, it can produce winners and losers. And this is when government intervention is needed to sort out the market problems. According to the article, higher education has three conflicting imaginaries: differing concepts, differing fields of social science, differing global economic and social interests. Rethinking public role in higher education. Public role of higher education is therefore disappearing as many governments have realized and already started budget cuts in higher education as a result of a logic culmination of the 1980s neoliberal agenda, which has defined higher education as a private economic enrichment. The rationale for public good activity therefore vanishes along with the public funding that supports it. The article provides as an example the UK's recent in 2010 decision to withdraw subsidies from tuition in the humanities and social sciences. Conclusion. Based on my review, the article provides a key analysis capturing the essence of the issues related to economics and higher education. The article's argument is regarding higher education in terms of economics, assessing and showing the distinction between public and private good, and as well as his arguments whether public funds subsidies for higher education increasing private sector benefits are justified by the provision of evidence based on empirical and normative forms, which I think is more promising. Thank you for listening and hope to hear your comments.